A man living alone in a cabin deep in the woods never thought he'd witness something he couldn't explain. One night, his two enormous English mastiffs suddenly charged toward the patio door, frantic to get inside. That alone filled him with fear. Those dogs were never scared of anything. Curious but deeply unsettled, he stepped outside with a flashlight and pointed it toward the tree line. What he saw made his heart race.
It's heart pound.
There it is again. That mother whatever it is. There that is. It's two forward-facing eyeballs that are just staring right the at it's turning its head. Hey, are you gonna do anything about this mother whatever it is up here? You scared too? Huh? What are you guys scared about? Why don't you go outside? Jesus. Where'd that thing go? It's still up there. Move! There it is. It looked right at me. I see it turned its head again. You know, I see these Bigfoot videos and they got the grainy and then I always wonder, why don't they just go running at it? But it's dark up in that hill and I ain't going. And if the dogs won't go outside, whoa!
Two glowing eyes stared straight back at him, hovering 7 to 8 feet above the ground. There were no branches, no rocks, no ledges, nothing that could have supported an animal at that height. Whatever was standing out there in the darkness was massive, and the fact that it terrified two fearless guard dogs only made the moment even more unsettling. A home security camera in East Texas recorded a tall figure moving behind a backyard fence. Once the footage surfaced online, opinions were split. Some viewers were convinced it showed a Bigfoot-like figure, while others argued it was simply a person walking behind the fence, with lighting creating an exaggerated shadow. No concrete evidence has confirmed either explanation. Still, the homeowner insists it didn't resemble any neighbor, and believes it was Bigfoot. On October 13th, 2025, tourists on a guided jungle tour in the Amazon captured this footage. Take a look.
Do you see that? Wait, hold on.
I'm zooming. It's huge.
Keep the camera on it. Oh, it's moving. It's going deeper.
I got it.
The creature appeared far too human-like to be an ape, and quickly disappeared into the forest. When the footage was shared online, some dismissed it as fake, while others believed it might be evidence of an unknown species. For centuries, tribes of the Amazon have told stories of the Mapinguari, a massive red-haired being said to wander the deepest parts of the forest. Hunters and explorers have also described finding strange footprints and hearing haunting howls echoing through the jungle. Whatever it is, the creature remains an unsolved mystery. While hiking through the forest, this person spotted something unusual and took a quick photo. Later, they uploaded a black and white version to the Bigfoot subreddit. The image appeared to show a dark figure lurking behind a tree stump. Some viewers were convinced it might be Bigfoot. Others immediately brushed it off, saying it was clearly just a stump. In the end, most people agreed. There was nothing mysterious there at all, just a tree stump caught at the right angle in the right light. Still, for a brief moment, people wondered if they were staring at the real thing. During a hike in the Pacific Northwest, this man spotted something unsettling moving through the forest and snapped a photo as fast as he could. The image shows a tall, slender figure walking between the trees, its posture and silhouette eerily reminiscent of Bigfoot. The shoulders and legs appear muscular, almost unsettlingly lifelike, but skeptics were quick to point out odd details: uneven arms, an unusually long neck, and background trees that don't seem to line up correctly. They also noted that the feet look far too small for a creature typically associated with Bigfoot sightings. Believers see it differently. They argue that not every Bigfoot would look the same, and that the strange arm length could be the result of an injury. So now the question remains: which side are you on? A hiker became disoriented in a Swedish forest for roughly 30 minutes. While searching for the trail, a sudden piercing scream rang out through the trees.
Okay, what the fuck? That was like a voice, but I don't know where. Like, it sounded like it came from if you walk through here. But I think I have no idea how to walk through there because, I mean, great time to pull up the camera, I guess. That was great. Like screaming. That's the what? Second time I've heard screaming? It must have been longer. No, I'm like pretty lost actually.
More screams followed, coming from different directions. The hikers started recording while continuing to move, unsure of what was making the sounds. There were no houses or roads anywhere nearby. Later, people suggested it could have been animals, like foxes or roe deer, which are known to produce disturbingly human-like screams. The hiker eventually found a clear trail and made it out safely. But even then, he wasn't convinced it was just animals. In 1969, Alan Plaster filmed a strange, white, hairy figure near Lake Worth, Texas. Soon after, locals began reporting sightings of a 7-foot creature with a goat-like face, long claws, and a terrifying scream. Cars were found scratched. Panic spread through the area, and then the creature disappeared, leaving behind nothing but stories. But in 2025, a new video surfaced showing a dark, fur-covered figure in the very same area, this time captured in broad daylight.
Look at it close up right here. As you can see, it's all black. Massive. Easily a 9-footer. Check it out. Look at his gray beard. You can even see its face. Look at its nose right there. You see it? This was recorded in East Texas. Massive creature.
Some dismissed it as fake, while others insisted it was proof that the Lake Worth monster had returned. A park employee at Big Hill Pond State Park in Tennessee was filming a simple video discussing recent Bigfoot reports in the area. It wasn't meant to be evidence, just a casual recording. But as he spoke, something unexpected appeared behind him.
The threat is real in McNairy County. There have so far been 6 reportings. Nobody is paying attention to the signs. People are getting very close. They're reporting smell of burnt tires and dog breath. Brother, that's Bigfoot, and he's coming. So far, we've looked around. We keep finding hunting cameras 30 feet up a tree. Let me tell you something. Who puts the hunting cams 30 foot up a tree unless they're looking for something that can get to them? We all know that Bigfoot loves snacking on squirrels, okay? We're not stupid. I think that tower that they have in the middle of this park is just for watching us and playing tricks, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of it.
Along the tree line, a tall, brown figure silently moved past. Later, the park worker explained that locals had already been reporting strange odors, unsettling sounds, and shadowy shapes drifting along the edge of the forest. And Tennessee's history only deepens the unease. Accounts of similar creatures date back to the 1700s, when hunters in the Appalachian forest described wild, hairy men watching them from the trees. A helicopter flying low over a dark Russian forest captured this footage, and then a massive shape suddenly appeared.
Seeing that?
Oh my god, that's huge.
Keep it in frame, keep it in frame.
Look at the size of it.
It's going into the trees, wait!
I lost it. It's gone.
It stood upright on 2 legs, towering over 8 feet tall, wrapped in white fur, and moved fast through the trees. Then it slipped behind a thick pine and vanished. Many were convinced it was a real Yeti, but one commenter noticed something telling. The shifting, blurred box in the video was actually a Sora AI watermark. These days, it's becoming harder than ever to tell what's real and what's fake. A family living on a property deep in the forest recorded something unsettling on May 30th, 2025. Their camera caught a tall, ape-like figure moving between the trees. When they later enhanced the footage, more details emerged. The figure didn't move like a person messing around. Its motions were too controlled, too natural. Then it slipped back into the woods and was never seen again. Was it just someone in a suit, or something real? A solitary photographer was hiking near the remote Utah Springs when sudden crunching echoed from the trees. Startled, he whipped his camera toward the sound, and what he saw was chilling. A massive, dark, 2-legged figure drifted between the tree trunks, moving slowly, as if it were watching him in return. The shape paused for a moment, then melted into the shadows, and the footage cut off with no explanation. As a man was hiking alone through American Fork Canyon, he noticed something big shifting among the trees. At first, he assumed it was an elk, but as he drew closer, he froze. A human-shaped figure, but far too massive to be human. Panicked, he turned and ran. Do you think it was real? John Stoneman was hiking through Kua State Park in Pennsylvania when something unusual made him stop. He lifted his camera and took 2 quick photos. In them, 2 tall, hairy figures can be seen standing between the trees. Stoneman said they were larger than any bears found in the area and held a posture that looked far more human than animal. What he truly captured was never officially identified, but the images only added to the growing list of unexplained sightings coming out of Pennsylvania's forests. This brief clip appeared online and immediately raised questions. In the first segment, a tall brown figure walks past a tent and briefly turns its face toward the camera. In the second, it can be seen moving through the trees. Its height is what stands out most, with some viewers estimating it to be close to 8 feet tall. There's very little background detail, which fuels skepticism. So is this real, or just another hoax? Someone was hiking near the water when they noticed a dark figure moving through it. At first it looked human, but it was completely covered in black fur or some kind of thick coat. The footage was shared online, and many quickly labeled it Bigfoot, but the proportions didn't fit. The figure was too short, too slim, nothing like typical Bigfoot descriptions. Even the person who recorded the video doubts that explanation, though they're certain it wasn't a human either. Without knowing the exact location where it was filmed, the truth remains impossible to pin down. A couple visiting Ashland were hiking toward Tunnel 13, a mile-long trek through melting, fragile old snow. As they stepped past the guardrail, the woman noticed a footprint in the snow that didn't resemble anything human or canine. As they continued walking, more of the prints appeared. Each one measured roughly 18 inches long, with clearly defined toes and a noticeably large front toe. They followed the trail for a short distance, and then it stopped abruptly, with no indication the tracks led into the surrounding woods. They didn't match any known animal tracks or snowshoe prints. If it wasn't Bigfoot, then what could have made them? A Reddit user was hiking through the Appalachian Mountains, stopping occasionally to take photos. Around the moment this picture was taken, he said an unexplained sense of unease washed over him, strong enough that he cut the hike short. Later, while reviewing the photos, he noticed something he couldn't account for. Near the rocks, there's a dark shape, indistinct but clearly not part of the trees or the stone around it. It stands out in a way that feels wrong. The hiker says he's confident he would have noticed a bear, but he can't say for sure what this was. He believes it may have been Bigfoot, silently watching him from a distance. What do you think? A woman living on a rural property went to investigate the tree line where her family stored old vehicles after hearing a strange noise. As she walked around her trailer, this is what happened next. Startled, she took off running, her phone accidentally capturing the moment as she fled. Luckily, the footage was later uploaded, so we can assume she escaped unharmed. When the clip was slowed down and rotated, a dark, heavy-set figure became visible in the frame. Was it some kind of unknown creature, or a disturbing person in a suit trying to frighten or even harm her? That day, a man stepped into the woods near his home after hearing unsettling noises.
Look at the size of this old bitch. It's gotta be 9 foot tall. Hey, see if you want some chocolate. Hey, big fella. Hey, fella. Hey, fella, come here. Oh, he's getting pissed now.
As he moved deeper, a large figure emerged from the darkness. The man kept filming as the figure seemed to notice the camera and slowly retreated. He later uploaded the footage online, asking others for their opinions. Some believed it was genuine. Others thought it might be something else entirely. What the figure truly was remains unknown. While hiking along a fog-covered trail, this person suddenly froze. Through the mist, a tall, dark figure stood just off the path. Its posture was upright and broad, and its arms appeared longer than you'd expect from any ordinary hiker. The fog and low image quality make it difficult to identify clearly, but the silhouette is deeply unsettling. So what was it? Bigfoot? Another person on the trail? Or simply the fog playing tricks on the eyes? Deadwood Gold Mine, located near the River of No Return Wilderness, has a long history of Bigfoot reports. A logging crew decided to camp overnight in the nearby abandoned ghost town. They recorded videos and took photos during the trip, but only after returning did they realize something unusual had been captured. In one photo, a large, dark figure can be seen lingering near the tree line. The uploader mentioned that strange sounds echoed from the woods that day, yet they never saw another person anywhere in the area.
I imagine this is a cable that's attached to it and you just pull them apart. Just pull them apart.
Some believers argue that Bigfoot's mottled fur allows it to blend seamlessly into forests like this, making shapes easy to overlook in the moment, but obvious later on camera. So was something truly watching them from the trees? Or were shifting shadows simply fooling their eyes? Someone was walking through the bush in North Queensland, Australia, when a small, dark figure caught his attention among the plants. It was strangely short, noticeably smaller than a human, and completely covered in dark fur. He had never seen anything like it before. Just before it fled, he managed to capture a single photo. The image is now being examined by experts. Some believe it could be a Yowie, a creature from Australian folklore often compared to Bigfoot, but this one appears far too thin and undersized. So what was it really? A rare cryptid? Or simply a person after all? One morning, a tall figure emerged from the forest and stopped between the wooden poles. It stood there, perfectly motionless.
Oh my god, look at it! It's just standing there. Bigfoot. Oh my god.
People compared its height to the poles and the surrounding trees. It appeared far taller than any normal person. No one could confirm what it was, but the sight kept everyone watching, trying to understand exactly what they were looking at. A lone hiker was walking through the forest when he noticed movement behind a bush. He began recording, expecting to see a bear. But instead, a tall, dark figure rose up, standing on two legs. Where'd it go? Oh, there. Look at that. What the heck is that? He cut the recording the moment the figure started moving toward him and ran. But where the video came from remains a mystery. A man set out expecting an ordinary hike, but the day took a strange turn fast. Deep in the woods, far from the main trail, he noticed something shift ahead of him. As he moved closer, he raised his phone and started recording. The tall figure stood with its back facing him. It slowly turned, seemed to notice him, and he ran. Thankfully, the figure didn't follow. Idaho's forests and vast wilderness are well known for strange sounds, and occasional reports from hunters and campers who describe distant knocks or sharp cries in the night. Still, not everyone is convinced. Many are questioning whether this footage is real at all, and honestly, it almost feels too perfect to be true. A man fishing at Sally Lake near the Navajo Mountains captured footage of a tall, hairy figure standing in the distance. Its rounded head and broad shoulders were clearly visible. He believed he had filmed Bigfoot. Since there are no known primates in the area, it leaves only two possibilities: Bigfoot or pareidolia. What do you think it was? This trail camera image was taken at night somewhere deep in the woods, though the exact location is unknown. The figure looks unsettling due to the strange angle, low light, and motion blur. It appears partly human, yet oddly animal-like at the same time. So what does it really resemble? Could it be an ordinary animal caught at the wrong moment? Or something unknown like a cryptid? Let me know if you can identify it. Two friends ventured into a restricted forest area in Kelantan, Malaysia, expecting nothing more than a casual exploration. But then they spotted a massive figure standing motionless between the trees. When they moved closer to get a clearer look, the creature suddenly let out a roar and charged straight at them. Panicked, they ran and scrambled up a tree, using it as their only escape. The friends said its shape looked wrong, almost unreal, and they couldn't make sense of what they were seeing. It stayed nearby for a moment, circling the area, then slipped back into the dark jungle. The two eventually made it out unharmed. So now the question is, does this footage feel staged to you? A man was filming a distant mountain peak when, as he zoomed in, something unusual suddenly came into view.
Thing's kind of creepy. It's like a person's silhouette up in them clouds. I'm sorry. If it was your mountain, I'm sorry I broke it.
Person's silhouette up in the clouds.
A tall, dark figure stood perfectly still at the summit. It looked human, but bigger, broader, almost resembling the legendary Bigfoot. Who else would be standing there, exposed to the cold mountain wind? Still, without a confirmed location, it's impossible to say what it truly was. Deep in a silent forest, someone caught something unsettling on camera. Near the riverbank, a dark figure was seen crouched low by the water, moving in a way that immediately drew attention. Viewers quickly began comparing it to Bigfoot, while others brushed it off, suggesting it could be a gorilla somehow far from its natural habitat. But without knowing where the footage was taken, that explanation is hard to support. So does anyone know more about this mysterious video?